Good evening and welcome. My name is Megha Iyer, Associate Editor of B2B Purchase Magazine, and we welcome you to an interactive series on advanced techniques and practices in welding and cutting. My colleague Ms. Akanksha is here to introduce you to the panelists and to moderate this session. I welcome Ms. Akanksha.
Thank you, Megha. Welding and cutting are crucial aspects of infrastructure development. The Indian construction and infrastructure businesses has developed by leaps and bounds recently, with numerous new projects of building, bridges, dams, industrial structures, and so on. Metals, particularly structural steel, are increasingly used in these projects, where welding and cutting play an essential role in creating structural frames. Welding and cutting technologies are frequently employed to develop structural sound metal frameworks by cutting and infusing diverse metal components. Today's procurement series will focus on advanced techniques and practices in welding and cutting. Experts across the welding and cutting industry, equipment manufacturers, solution providers, and training experts will discuss the transformation happening in the welding and cutting sector across a construction and industrial applications. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and privilege for me to introduce you our today's distinguished speakers. Mr. Amrityoga Mishra, Senior Manager, Marketing, Panasonic Smart Factory Solutions, India. Mr. Nimesh Chinoy, Marketing Director, Electronic Devices Worldwide Private Limited.
Mr. Amrityoga, to start with you, your submission was for trending technologies in welding. So my question to you is, how do these trending technologies, when combined with Industry 4.0, add cost efficiency and to your welding and cutting solutions?
Basically, every effort industry is doing. So one of the most important intentions is cost reduction. So with the help of technology, when you are reducing your rework, reducing the rejections, real time, with the help of real time data, we can monitor what is happening inside my factory, and by catching where is the gap, so we can plug those gaps and improve the efficiency. So ultimately, it is going to be cost down. The final intention is cost down.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amrityoga, for your comments. Mr. Nimesh, what are your views about it? How are these innovations helping you to maintain precision and efficiency in the industrial welding applications?
Basically, we are also into manufacturing welding power sources under the brand name of Sigma Weld, and IoT is a usual part of it for us. We also have a dedicated product which can be used with any product, any welding power source. You can connect our data monitoring systems to get the online data of current voltage, arc on time, TPM requirements, if at all. And as I shared, in induction heating, if you move to induction heating compared to your traditional gas-based ovens, do have efficiency improvement, and you can produce at least faster, better, and more reliably.
Thank you, Mr. Nimesh, for your comments, for addressing that. Mr. Amrit, coming to you, Panasonic is renowned for its automated and robotic welding machines and applications. So how far is robotic laser welding being used in the infrastructure projects?
Actually, it is a future technology, so still not in use in industry, but it is under consideration in industry, and we are organizing many training programs, awareness training programs to our customers. And since the volume of business is also not there, so currently the equipment cost is very high. So currently you can say it will be 3 crore like that single system. And when customers get aware about this product, when they understand what is the benefit they are going to have, so I think it will take for the installation to happen. Maybe one installation we have done with an automotive customer here in Tapukara area, but more installations, I think it will start from maybe after 5 years or something, after sufficient awareness has been made from our side to the customers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for highlighting about the future technology, Mr. Amrityoga. Mr. Nimesh, you spoke about pre-weld and post-weld applications for heating. So my question to you is, how is the MIG welded products efficiently welding the low carbon steel products, because it's required more over there?
See, MIG welding is an enhancement of the already available arc welding. India in general still uses about 60% of its welding is still arc welding, which is moving now slowly towards MIG welding and flux core arc welding. So what happens is instead of using a single rod, you have a spool which gives you continuous welding. So it's sort of a semi-automated welding, and the deposition rate of the operator can go as high as 1.5 to 2 kgs in the manual mode itself per hour. So this is where the advantage comes. And although code prohibits using of MIG welding directly on for root welding jobs for pressure vessels and all, you are still allowed to use it for structural and for subsequent passes. So for fill up. So that is where MIG welding would make a lot of difference in the industry. And it's now more or less a norm. So everybody knows what MIG welding is, and MIG welding has been quite well consumed. Recently, in fact, last Saturday, we had a Weldtech talk on MIG welding and its parameter setting by Emily Craig, who's a very prominent speaker from the state, and I will share the recording on a link shortly. But that was an eye-opener as to tell you how to set parameters and how you can use regular MIG power sources to get excellent welding quality. So that we had shared. So I'll share those details on my website and on the LinkedIn in the days to come. So people can definitely make the most of it.
Of course, sir, we are looking forward to get an understanding about that also. Also, Mr. Nimesh, scheduled and unscheduled machine downtime has also be a concern in this industry. So how are you addressing it, and what innovative ways are being implemented to these processes?
So we have come up with something called Sigma Weld Pro Series. These are high-end power sources, and they are modular in nature. So how your laptop or your computer has RAM, which has multiple RAMs, right? So if each one was 16 MB, for example, and one RAM goes bad, doesn't mean your computer stops. It means it will work, but it will work slightly slowly. Similarly, in welding equipments, we have made a modular technology. That means 200 ampere modules can be inserted to make multiple capacity of the machine. So if I was using a 400 ampere machine, I may have two 200 ampere modules inside. If I was using a 600 ampere, I'll have 3 modules. For 1000 ampere, I'll have 5 modules or 6 modules. Now, the advantage is if there's something wrong in one of the modules, then my entire machine does not need to stop. I can still use. Now, typically in India, we still buy power sources for a rating which is higher than our requirement. So if somebody buys a 400 ampere machine, they usually use it between 200 to 250 amps. And if they go above 300, they buy a 500 ampere or a 600 ampere machine. This is a industry norm because of the olden days where we were using thyristors and transformers, which would have gotten overheated. So keeping that in mind, we still buy higher capacity machines. So if you bought a 400 ampere machine, one module was not working, you could still operate at 200 amps. And how easy it is for you to remove a USB and put another USB in place. That simple is the concept of the module. Remove a module, remove a LAN cable, put the new module, insert the LAN cable, and your machine is back to start. So this is how we are ensuring downtime is minimized. And even spares are optimized. So even if you have say 100 machines, you can store only 2 or 3 modules as spare. If something goes back, remove a module, put it back, bring that module to the service station, repair it, get it back online. And so you don't stop the overall process. This is how we are ensuring that the downtime is not there. And of course, the other idea is that we use the components which are overrated. So if you're welding for 100 amps, the components are typically 125 amps rated, so that the impact or the mean time to failure is very low. So you have a higher utility on these machines. And being an Indian manufacturer, we have our own service stations span India. So anybody can, our engineers can come on site, repair the PCBs also. So that helps reduce the overall down.
Thank you so much for Mr. Nimesh for addressing that. Mr. Amrityoga, what are your views about it? What measures is Panasonic taking to address the downtime issues and while minimizing the operation cost also?
One is that we have our patented design where it is a kind of, inside the machine there are a few hermetically sealed boxes. So we call it 2-tier, 3 box design kind of. So inside each boxes there is a separate hermetically sealed box for PCB. Then another box to house the different electronic part like IGBT, bridge. So separated. So and our design, our unique design of the machine is that our fan is installed on the top side for a better cooling of the machine. All other competition machines will have the fan on the rear side. So it has been designed in the Japan that it will have a better cooling efficiency of the machine, and that's how our machine is very much getting protected from outside dust or metal dust inside the factory, and resulting in a longer life of the machine. And I have also seen that our machines are very much in use on the cross country pipelines. The cross country pipeline, it may be passing through Assam, hilly area. It may be passing through even Rajasthan. The dust on the sand, the pipeline is being laid. So there also our machine is getting used, and because of this, dust protection feature of the machine, the machine gives higher feature, higher life of the machine. Second is also the machine has been designed for more voltage fluctuation in view of the uncertain voltage fluctuations in India, especially the voltage is going so much low. So machines are designed for say 20% plus and 20% minus voltage also if it is there in the supply side. Still machine will work depending on the model. Sometimes it is 15% minus, in some machine it is 20% minus. So a machine has been made considering the Indian conditions. And yeah, this is all.
Of course, Mr. Amrityoga, thank you for elaborating on this particular part. Also, I wanted to understand, Mr. Nimesh, that all these advanced technologies and advanced equipments require a lot of skill development also. And even Mr. Antree has mentioned that we need a lot of skilled welders into this industry. So what measures, what kind of training and development activities is Electronic Devices offering to their welders to upskill their welding?
For the industry to get upskilled, there are a couple of things to do. One is that the equipment itself must make it easier for the operator to weld. So the latest technology power sources have a lot of artificial intelligence in them, which helps a person to get trained faster than before. So this is all a part of any of the top brands you take today. This is given for them. So the objective is to de-skill the welder. Second, I think in this direction is to upskill the welder, is to take him towards becoming an operator of an automation or an SPM. That way he gets to learn a better thing. His efforts go down. His skill set is important. He needs to still understand how the arc works, what is happening. But the hard-earned effort that he was putting his back into welding now does not need to be there. He can sit back in a cabin. He can sit on the chair, observe the arc while the automation is working, and take corrective action. So for us as Sigma Weld, we are trying to upskill the welder to an operator by training them in automation and robotics and SPMs, thereby reducing the load on the welder, but not his importance. No matter how smart machines we make, the machine still needs to know where to weld, and the operator still needs to see whether it is doing what it was supposed to do. So the operator's importance is not gone down, but we need to reskill or upskill them to become now from a welder to an operator, and from an operator to a robotics manager, so that they can produce the right set of joints without the extra effort that was required so far. Right? In very, very simple analogy, the maids today rarely use the pocha, right? They will either use a mop or they will use a vacuum cleaner. Now, it is our duty to upgrade the maid to make her life more simpler by giving a better vacuum cleaner or a better mop, so that the load on them goes down. You cannot keep training the maid to become a better, efficient sweeper. This is not the right approach. So, upskilling for me is allowing them to use better technology to reduce their effort, whereas their skill set is important. They should know what to do. So that is how we are approaching it at the moment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nimesh, for addressing that. It's in a very precise and very brief manner. We had wonderful discussions today, but we have to close the session because we are already out of time. I would invite Ms. Akanksha to go ahead with the closing of the session.
Thank you, Megha. Thank you, panelists, for sharing your valuable thoughts on advanced techniques and practices in welding and cutting. We hope you all have enjoyed the session. Before wrapping up the session, we thank our distinguished panelists, Mr. Amrityoga Mishra, Mr. Nimesh Chinoy. I would also like to thank Ms. Megha Iyer and our editor, Mr. Prasad Nair, for taking this initiative. You can follow our social media pages to get more updates from B2B Purchase Magazine. Also, our application is available on Google Play and App Store for enhanced reading. With this, we would like to announce the closing of today's session. I request you all to stay tuned for such more sessions. Thank you so much.